Hello, internet. This is take two of my day 22 of 365. Why is it take two, you ask? Amongst other things, as I continue on this journey of cataloging this year, I notice that the wire that connects the system that will give life to all these delicious sounds of crazy, crazy ranting, it was loose. So I'm like, oh man, did I do it again? Was I that? I don't want to say Luddite because I'm actually okay with technology. I just am distracted, which goes to the title of today, which is a day in the life of a distracted criminal. Why am I a criminal? Two reasons. Number one, I am a moral criminal in that I did something today that no actual crime has been committed, like where I'm not gonna get a fine or anything, but it hit home and I feel guilty. He was sitting with me. And the second reason is as I was driving home today, um, I wasn't pulled over, but I kind of was. In that I'm driving home from the highway and the lights and sirens come up and you're like, oh shoot, was I speeding? Because speeding is a crime, folks. We get away with it in most of our lives as long as the speeding is within, the 5 to 10. But any day, you could still get pulled over for speeding, folks. It is a crime. Um, so I thought, oh shoot, I was speeding. My driving record's been so good. Why? I mean, in the driving sense, I am actually a criminal. I do have a, what's it called? The picture? Mugshot? I do have a mugshot. I was fingerprinted because that's. I did have to go to court. But since then, I've been good. Except it felt like that I literally had like a, oh shoot, this is bad. I'm getting a ticket or something. And I pull over, which is scary to do on a highway, even with shoulder access. And then, because, when you're driving, it's easy to zone out. It's very easy to zone out. Like, it's very fascinating to me how the brain does that, where you are both completely focused and completely like, the number of times that I've done how the heck did I get here? How did I do that? Is a little scary. There's probably a cool psychiatric word that describes that phenomenon. And it was sort of like that. I was like uber concentrated on the song that I was listening to. And I mean, it's weird, right? Like I thought it was fine, and then I saw the lights and sirens, and then I freaked out, and then I pulled over, thinking I was gonna get pulled over, and then I didn't get pulled over. He had to turn into an emergency behind me, and at that moment I felt ogure. Ogure is a Korean word for like. There's not a direct translation because it's like in the sense of like, oh, okay, like I did it, I pulled over, and but I did all the right things in anticipation of the punishment, but I wasn't punished, so I feel like I should be happy. But like again, moral crimes, my adrenaline was already spiked, or cortisol, or whatever, and then it got spiked again, and my heart is like. And so I came home, I ate, I like binge ate, because I actually kind of puked, and it's like, this is the first time I ate like that in a while. Like, where you're trying to, I think, like, stuff emotions, and you don't know how to fix it. And as a Christian, there's that voice that says, pray, calm down, and you ignore it. um, but, yeah. I was watching a YouTube with a psychiatrist, and he was talking about some things, and I'm like, oh, legally he's not giving me advice, but I'm like, why do psychiatrists know without knowing? Because I think as people, we all go through similar issues by various degrees. We experience similar emotions, and as unique as we all go through the same shit. And it's like, yeah. So, um, I did, I am dreading, but I'm also excited about tomorrow. I'm practicing my praise body worship to encourage these kids. And I hope it comes from that genuine part of me of why I am Christian, and I can proudly say I'm Christian. I am flawed. I'm deeply flawed. I'm so easily distracted. I feel like a criminal, like I need to pay for my crimes, and then I have to remind myself that Jesus paid it all, and find solace in the fact that uh, the guilt and the shame, I have to trust God in it. I also have to appreciate the fact that this weekend is going to be interesting to see if I could still do this in one way, shape, or form, because I'm not going to be home. I snore like crazy. There's my snore pillow. It's an Amazon purchase that I don't know if it's successful. That's what happens when you are single and you have no accountability. Well, like, I have had accountability in that family's been ruthlessly accountable to my snoring habits, and I'm also aware of when I do snore in the morning. Um, but yeah, so I'm hoping that in this excursion, in this night away, I could still do this, which is really weird when you tell people, because you're not supposed to tell people that you're not going to be home, because it's like a no-no in the internet world, right? This world is creepy and scary and dark, and you don't want to tell people those kind of things because people suck. But I'm going to share it because that's the truth of my circumstances. And I'm trusting. Like, this may sound very like mumbo jumbo thing, but part of faith and part of the faith journey that I'm on is, can I tell these secrets to the public, publicly confess, without really confessing? Again, unreliable narrator here. And still find safety and solace in the virtual arms of strangers. The other thing that I sort of discovered is the internet or the YouTube thing of like inspiration for my next video idea, which I don't really need because generally speaking, I know what I'm doing for the year. But it's interesting because now that there is like 20 odd days of data, the inspiration, the AI has fine-tuned and given me suggestions of what it thinks I'll like. So I find that interesting. The other thing is, I do remember bringing it up. So I did make an email, and I promise, I think this is the one area of development, because at first, I remember saying it, and at first I felt very much like an imposter, like, who would email me? Who would contact me? The reason I'm made an email is because someone offered their mic, and I forgot their name, and I probably can look it up, but I just couldn't access my Instagram. I deleted my Instagram, and then I was trying to install it again, and I had all these issues, and I was like, you know what? Apologies. Let's just do email, you know? Email is sort of like the closest to a digital P.O. box. And P.O. boxes, I kind of miss the idea of, like, a P.O. box. If someone's like, write to me, I'll write back. I'm listening. Um, cause yeah, oh, I didn't live in this time, but if I did, I would totally have done that. Like that newspaper column. Was it like Dear Sally? Or is it Dear Annie? I don't even forget. But like, I would love to have written for that. Not in the sense of I'm giving advice like an actual psychiatrist who could give you advice, but someone who could just read your story. And then ultimately, if it publishes that story that you shared, to say, thank you for sharing your story. I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm gonna just correlate my story and my experiences to your story and experiences. Um, yeah, at first I was like, what are you saying? Yeah, no one is gonna write to you. No one is gonna be like, you are only 20 days into this. No one's gonna care. But you know what? And this is why I created it. Because when I originally created this account and I gave myself the moniker Rhymes with Purple, it was because I had at the time purple hair and I used to, like many, believe that nothing rhymes with purple and that's what makes me unique. And then I actually like Googled it and looked it up and there's two words that rhyme with purple and I was like, dang, things do rhyme with purple. Things do rhyme with orange. And then you can make up a word that rhymes with purple or orange. But I'm keeping it because I think it's a good reminder of how wrong you can be. And I could be wrong. I'm not going to sell myself short on this. If somehow you have stumbled upon my stories, maybe ranting into a microphone, and if somehow you are like the many of us who are feeling this right now and just need someone to talk to or need a listening ear, I'm available. I'm not a therapist in any sense of the word. I do not have any licensing or any credentials, but I think if the one thing I could say I have a credential in is I've lived on this earth for a little bit. I have experiences, and I think the one thing I've learned is that sometimes when we feel alone, you just need someone to listen to. Which is why I wanted to do the Omegle thing, but it's like I couldn't figure it out, and I got a little scared of what happens if you, like, again, the scary side of the internet. And even this is the scary side of the internet. But anyway, as I sign off, I'm adding the email to the description, or what is it? The little blurb. Um, it's there. I'll add it from now on. It's in the blurb. And I'll check in, and yeah, if you just need someone to converse with, let me know. And you know what's great? Since I'm the one offering, if no one writes, I'm good with that too. Because I'm incredibly lazy. And yeah. I hope that has been very evident in the process of this. Like, I'm sticking to fast and easy as much as I can. Every once in a while, I'll try to get fancy, but anyway, a day in the life of a distracted criminal. Signing out. Good night.